A criminal scheme they say has been targeting people all across the state. Why a South American crime ring may be spying on homeowners and what investigators say you should do to keep yourself and your family safe.
And California legislation designed to help people with untreated mental illness is falling short of state leaders' expectations and those from concerned family members whose loved ones partake in the program.
At the last minute, there were changes made to that CARE Act that wasn't what we originally were advocating for.
Here, the main problem many have with the program and how state leaders are working to ensure it can make a bigger impact in the lives of those who need the help.
The federal government now taking tougher action following alleged fraud schemes in Minnesota. Why the Department of Health and Human Services is suspending all child care payments to that state, and how new requirements to the Administration for Children and Families will affect how other states receive federal funding.
And we're going to start the day off with more fog. Yeah, but guess what? We're going to end it on a completely different note. Rain moves in later today ahead of the new year. Details coming up in your Great Day forecast.
You're watching Fox 26, and now, Great Day.
Good Wednesday morning, last morning of 2025. We begin with a live look at the Shasta Dam up in Northern California. Everything calm right now, but as Justin says, some change is on the way. Whether it stretches out far north, we'll find out, I guess. Yeah, good morning to you. I'm Liz Gonzalez.
And I'm Cristina Rodriguez.
And I'm Justin Willis. Thank you for joining us here on yet another foggy morning. This is how we're going out. This is how we're ending 2025.
I will say yesterday was worse than today.
It
driving in.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all relative. You know, it was very, it wasn't terribly foggy in parts of downtown, but then again, on the freeway, it was very foggy. And we've got some pretty dense visibilities out there, which we'll talk about in a moment. But then we got some rain to talk about too. So lots going on today with the weather. So let's get to it and show you what's going on. First thing we have for you are current conditions right now, which it's, as you might have gathered, very cold out there right now. Going to be about, well, let's take a look here. It's 44 outside right now. Winds are calm. The dew point's at 44 degrees. And yeah, when those two things match up, we get fog. So the day planner. All right, not going to increase much temperature-wise for us today, but at 10 a.m. we'll be at 46, at noon 47. And then by 5 o'clock, it'll still be at 47, but we'll have a 60% chance of rain going by that time. So big changes throughout the day for you there. But coming up next, this next weather maker, it's bringing quite a bit of rain. And we've got several chances of rain here over the next week and a half. I'll explain coming up.
A major stretch of Highway 41 near Shalem is finally back open to traffic after a rock slide forced its closure Sunday. It had been closed in both directions between highways 46 and 33. It's a route that a lot of people take if you're headed to the Central Coast. It opened back up around 7:15 last night. Caltrans says that crews had been working to stabilize that slope, and to reopen the highway, it installed concrete barriers topped with fencing. That way drivers can get through safely to their destination.
But in order to protect the lanes of travel, they're trying to establish a row of those concrete barriers with protective heavy metal fencing on top of it in case any more rocks come down. It also offers workers behind those concrete barriers protection from the lanes of travel.
We're told that long-term slope repairs could take several weeks. Officials are warning, even though the highway is back open, give yourself extra time if you're headed to the coast. Before the reopening, we were told drivers face delays of about 25 minutes due to detours. To the north part of the state, investigators in Placer County have uncovered a hidden surveillance camera outside of a home, and they think it's linked to the same type of criminal groups that we reported on here in Fresno. Detectives say it wasn't random. Investigators believe the camera was planted to secretly monitor the property. Placer County Sheriff's detectives say leads from another case brought them to that neighborhood where they spotted the camera hiding in the landscaping. Authorities say this kind of surveillance is often used by organized theft crews to study routines before breaking in.
This is part of a larger investigation, and we have tied it to South American theft groups. They're targeting homes that are very high dollar, that are homes that would have luxury items like very nice jewelry, incredibly expensive handbags, nice watches, other items of the high monetary value.
Officials say similar theft groups have also been active in the Central Valley, including Fresno. Federal authorities broke up a South American crime ring tied to complex thefts targeting ATMs and banks. The Placer County Sheriff's Office says that it's spreading the word for awareness and not fear. It's urging communities across the state to report anything suspicious without touching it.
It's 5:04 here, coming up on 5:05, and a live look now at the Fresno airport right now. And you can see some good fog out there right now. Yeah, pretty foggy in a lot of the Central Valley here. In fact, dense fog advisory going really good out there right now here. But this is how we're starting off the day. It's going to be a different end to it, which I'll show you in just a second here. But right now, let's take a look at the fog tracker here and check out these visibilities here. Looks like Madera and Lemoore have the most dense fog right now at a quarter-mile visibility. There's some patchiness going on where you could see some pockets where the visibilities will be well below that. But Fresno right now is at 3/4 mile. Same for Reedley there, and everybody else trying to catch up their half-mile up in Merced today. And there is a dense fog advisory, of course, because of all this here. So checking that out here, and we got some other alerts that we'll tell you about in a second too. But yeah, all up and down the 99 corridor is where this fog is going to be most dense. In effect, all the way through tomorrow, actually. So National Weather Service expecting fog, not just today, but tomorrow here. We'll see how that goes because we got rain to talk about, but we've definitely got some dense fog out there for you today. Now, moving on to our next weather pattern that's going to happen for us. We got that storm coming in. It's going to create some issues here. Already got a coastal flood advisory because of that storm for the northern part of the state there. San Francisco Bay Area, Monterey Bay under that coastal flood advisory. It starts today all the way through Sunday at 2 o'clock there, about a foot above the normal tide level there because of that storm. All right, and then we also have a winter storm watch going across the northern Sierra there and then the other side of it as well. This is going to be in effect all the way through Sunday morning there, looking at several feet of snow in some of these places and wind speeds getting up to about 40 miles an hour there. All right, so let's track this storm in here, and you can kind of see the way that it's surging northward there. These are the areas here where that coastal flood advisory is going to be. Might be a little bit going on in Southern California as that storm moves in as well. Now, after this one is done, which is going to take a couple of days, we get another system that's going to work its way in, another low-pressure system. That one's going to be a little bit colder than this one coming from the south. You'll notice as this storm works its way in, our temperatures are actually going to go up. We've been pretty chilly here the last couple of days, but this storm bringing some tropical warmth, and it'll get us possibly into the 60s as it works its way through the valley here. And as that storm works through, well, it's bringing in a flood watch right along with it. In fact, parts of Kern County, you kind of see this green jagged line here. It's really for the entirety of Southern California there because it's going to really take aim for it. It's in effect until tomorrow at 10 o'clock as the storm moves ashore there. It's also bringing some gusty winds with it here. Wind advisory in effect and for San Luis Obispo County, but also for Santa Barbara County as well there. And you see this little pocket of orange right here along the grapevine. Going to see some gusty winds here. These wind advisories here are in effect until tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock there. You're looking at about 60-mile-an-hour gusts possible in those areas here. Let's track the storm in here for you, and you kind of see the situation by noon today. Very heavy rain along the coastline there, but then we get to this afternoon here, we start to see some light rain across the Central Valley here about 4 o'clock there. It'll get a little heavy there into the midnight hours there, but then heavier tomorrow morning there by the time we wake up for New Year's Day 2026. Going to be waking up to some rain here across the Central Valley. Very heavy stuff going on in Los Angeles there. You'll notice the snow level is going to be higher there. This is about a 9,000 foot elevation on the snow. It's a warmer storm system that's coming through, but then the storm that's right behind it, it's actually going to drop the snow levels here, and you'll see that here by the time we get to about Saturday there. Things will pick up there Saturday morning with the snow level there, but then dropping to about 7,000 or 8,000 feet on it there. Heavy rain in the foothills there Saturday afternoon there. And then it'll be off and on there. We'll see Sunday morning a little bit of rain there lasting throughout the day. Monday might get a little bit of a break with some lingering precip there. And then we get to Tuesday there and maybe just a little bit more rain there for us that day before things clear out and we're good to go and maybe have a little dry spell for us here to start the new year. All right, how much are we expecting out of this? Well, in the mountains are obviously going to get more rain out of this than anybody, about 1.5 inches there in most places, maybe 1.25 inches in Oakhurst there. Fresno and Madera could see about 1/2 inch there and then maybe just 1/3 of an inch in Visalia. All right, here's what we're looking at. temperature-wise today, we're at 49 degrees, fog and then rain. Tomorrow we're at 61. Yeah, we're going to jump up 12 degrees because of the warmth coming in with that rain system there. But it is a 70% chance of rain tomorrow. And then Friday we'll just have about 10-mile-an-hour wind speeds for us. It'll be cloudy, but still 60 there for us, and 40s and 50s for your overnight lows. All right, just a little bit here. We'll take a look at your highs and lows across the rest of the San Joaquin Valley for your New Year's Eve.
The federal government now looking to make an example out of Minnesota following claims of alleged fraud at daycare centers. Why ongoing investigations have led the Department of Health and Human Services to freeze funding. State leaders now working to revamp a program aimed at helping with severe mental illness. Those with severe mental illness receive treatment, where advocates say the current program is falling short. Time is now 5:10.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.